What's up, guys? Our wrestling podcast back at you with another episode. This is Dave Vicious, along with Jess the Total Package, Craig the British Bulldog, and Cuz, bringing you our perspective on the world of professional wrestling. No inside sources, no ties to the industry, just stories from the diehards, sharing opinions with you. Today's topic: what happened to Alex Wright? For audio fans,
shut up, Dave. Welcome to my episode. Welcome to Mini Fellowship.
Where can audio fans
What
find us,
is
Alex?
happened to me? Alex Wright. Now I will leave you. Bring in the cuz. Bring in the cuz.
Did he put strobe on the... Is that strobe on the voice?
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Got it. What'd you say you put in the what? The strobe?
The voice is strobed. I didn't realize that
No,
till
the
right
voice
now. Like the
is
strobe effect.
yeah.
Oh, shoot. I have to hear that.
For audio fans, give us a listen on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and Google Podcast, or watch our videos on YouTube at Our Wrestling Channel. On social media, can you do us a solid and give us a follow on Instagram or Twitter at O.W.P 2019 or on Facebook at Our Wrestling Podcast. Jess, what's going on with Das Wunderkind?
You know, so I remember when he came around in WCW.
Oh, sorry. This is the episode I picked because of the... Forgot
Because Cuz won the Christmas won the Christmas trivia.
Yeah, I
so
forgot.
he wanted to do Alex Wright, and he wrote a song.
We didn't even know this.
I know.
Yeah,
we're so worried about it. Hey, Stevie Hyven and all that.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
we were
the
so
update,
worried about-
guys. Appreciate it.
yeah, we were so worried about trying to get the picture up and like the song right. Like,
Don't worry, everyone will hear the music too. By the way,
so Cuz won the trivia, certainly cheating, and he wanted to do this on Alex Wright. This is the pick, and he really wanted to do that song, which is really a fine song. And I vote. There's one vote for me.
Well done.
That is sorry. It should be our theme song going forward.
Will be.
But Alex Wright is actually people don't talk about him a lot at all. But he was around. I think it was 93 is when he entered WCW, and he was around 94, 95, and even in the Nitro era and stuff. And I have a real vivid memory of him and Arn Anderson wrestling in 1995, which is one of my favorite finishing sequences that I've ever seen. So Alex Wright was super talented. He just did a really dumb dance, and I think the dance turned us off. Like you're an idiot. He was he did this. He was this German superstar, super young, super good looking, probably the longest legs I've ever seen.
Yeah, no knee pads either, right? Just
no,
these
he had knee
stupid
pads,
long
but they were
legs.
he had knee pads. It was just they were tiny little squares.
Or
on
like
his
the
big
neon
ass
green, the neon pink, and
yeah, and he did this
bright
weird
colors.
dance, but he was actually a really good wrestler. And
Yeah.
I go back and look back, and I'm like, Alex Wright was fucking, for how young he was excellent. And he got in there with a lot of people.
We actively disliked him, but he was a good wrestler. He could have been the best in the world. We probably never would have come around on him, but
Right.
The reason why some people thought it's a stripper dance or whatever is because it wasn't actually, techno wasn't in the States popular at that time. So I was my time ahead, so to speak. But it was the best thing I could do because people still remember me, and that's the most important thing. Being different in the sport, doing your own stuff, and that the people remember you.
Yeah, and
That's why I like doing the shows like
this.
this, because you go back and you look at the What Happened to series is one of my favorites, because I'm like, nobody talks about Alex Wright, and we're going to say at the end of this too, what he's doing now. He's very active in the wrestling community now.
Yeah, still, and he in the WCW world was very high on Alex Wright for some time. They put a lot of stock in that kid.
Yeah, he was around for a long time in that promotion.
Yeah.
he was one of those guys. I remember, like how I always say in my childhood, I always remember Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, the Diesels in WWF in that time. It was on WCW side, it was the Alex Wright, the Rey Mysterios, the Chris Jerichos, the Eddie Guerreros, Dean Malenkos, and all of them. That Alex Wright stands out.
And they really too, back here, 93, 94 WCW, before Nitro debuted, they really had a lot of good shit on WCW Saturday Night, and that's where Alex Wright lived for a long time, and he had a lot of good matches on there. It'll be against random people, but it didn't matter. It was kind of cool to watch him sort of grow. They just didn't have an answer for him, I guess. And then once the NWO got ushered in 96, there was really no place for him, and they tried different things. We'll read on, but he's worth remembering for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Let's jump right on in. Alex was trained by his father, Steve Wright, a British professional wrestler. He wrestled his first match in 1991 in Germany when he was 16 years old. Alex also wrestled in his hometown during his early career and also did work in Japan.
All the wrestlers.
All the best wrestlers.
All good wrestlers. Go to Japan.
Go to Japan. Yep. Alex Wright was discovered by World Championship Wrestling, WCW. In mid-1994, when WCW toured through Germany, he signed a contract with Time Warner, the parent company of WCW, and went through more training at the WCW power plant. In his early career, Wright went undefeated in matches against several WCW superstars, including Bobby Eaton in January of 1995 at Clash of the Champions 30, and Paul Roma at Super Brawl 5 in February of same year. That's a little bit of clout there to start your undefeated streak. Not too bad. Wright wrestled Arn Anderson for the WCW World Television Championship on an episode of WCW Saturday Night and beat Anderson by disqualification.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match as a result of a countout does Wunderkind Alex Wright.
He does not win the title, unfortunately, nor the gold coins.
Well, he shouldn't. He did not beat Arn Anderson.
He beat Arn Anderson.
He did not. He just stood in the ring because Arn couldn't get back in the ring.
Won the match.
A rematch was scheduled on the next pay-per-view, Slamboree, where Alex Wright finally suffered his first loss. So
that was Slamboree 95. Oh my God. So I thought going into it.
What was the better match? Was the pay-per-view better than the...
I think the Saturday night match was excellent, but the finish of the Slamboree match was my favorite because I thought for sure going into the pay-per-view with all the stock they were putting in Alex Wright, and this is just the way Bischoff did things back in the day. As a young guy they're trying to push, he's gonna beat Arn for the TV title. I thought it was a foregone conclusion, especially with the way they're hyping him. And Anderson beats him, and it's one of the favorite. I only seen Anderson do it a couple other times in the past against prelim wrestlers, where they were doing a sequence off the ropes, and then he drew his hand back, his left hand, because Anderson's lefty. He drew his left hand back like he was going to punch Alex in the face, so Alex ducked, and then he fucking DDT'd him super quick and pinned him. And I remember the crowd popped huge. It's one of my most creative finishing sequences that is stuck in my memory, and it's one of the best things. And I was kind of stunned. I was like, I'm really happy because back then I really did not want Alex Wright to win anything. But yeah, I was super happy that Anderson did it and he pinned him clean, and it was really cool. And they played it off he's still a real young wrestler. Anderson's too experienced. He'll live to fight another day. But it was really a cool spot.
What did Arn say about it, guys? Can you give me some Arn?
Well, that's what I did. He ducked and I got him.
I was paid on time. Everything went well. Cashed it. I did the job I was paid for. And
sometimes
had a beer.
Sometimes motherfuckers get DDT.
About the finish. He said it sounds good. We went for it.
He said, I don't like it. And I said, I'm on Anderson. Go fuck yourself. And he said, okay. And I did it. I did the move. But it was just, I don't know why it stuck out with me. It was one of my favorite finishes that Arn Anderson
ever did. That is kind of a cool one. Sometimes it's just the not overthinking things. There was, not to get too far off the topic about Alex Wright, but there was somebody who talked about Bret Hart taking Stone Cold's finisher and took it better than anyone else because he didn't flip around on it.
Yep.
Just stunned him and falls to the side and so realistic. I think we talked about it all this week. I was like, oh yeah, it's a really good point. When people started flopping around on it, I mean, I know people go nuts when that happens, but it's
thanks
not
to The Rock.
Realistic.
Yeah,
it's all The Rock.
The Rock.
The Rock started it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think to your point, Arn Anderson was so great about making things simple and wow, that could really. Oh, he ducked. Let me just get him in his DDT and go home. It's a great finish. Alex was also part of the Monday Night era. He would compete against such wrestlers as Ultimo Dragon, Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, and Disco Inferno. Those are fun. Those are fun lineups right there.
Oh yeah.
So this is basically your Monday Nitro first hour, right, of your cruiserweights and all your.
The weird thing about Alex is they played both sides with him. I mean, they did that with a lot of cruiserweights. It's cruiserweights that they didn't know what to do with and they didn't want them to win the cruiserweight title. They'd win the TV title. So Dave will talk about it here too, because Ultimo Dragon won the TV title for a while. And it's cruiserweights they didn't want to crown the cruiserweight champion. They're well, let's put the TV title on him. So I'm not proud of this era with the TV title, but Alex Wright had a little say in it.
Had a little say in it.
German suplex. 2, 3. Oh my! Alex Wright beat him. Alex Wright's a champion. Can you believe this?
I hate to say it, but that was a beautiful move.
Well, it really was. And Alex best wrestler in the world.
In 1997, Wright feuded with Steve Mongo McMichael after his valet Deborah left him and became Wright's valet. That's a fun little storyline. Wright defeated McMichael at Halloween Havoc with help from the newly debuted Goldberg, who promptly attacked Wright post-match.
I don't remember this. I probably have seen it and reviewed it, but
I actually don't remember this either.
Yeah, we reviewed their match at Starrcade like 2 months later, and you don't need to. I can tell you right now, you probably don't need to go back and watch it.
That just sounds fucking awful.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. And it ends with help from Goldberg. Wow. Okay.
Well, he needed help. He couldn't beat Mongo straight up, Craig. What are you talking about? There's no way Wright can beat Mongo. It's not gonna happen.
He'll
beat me, baby.
He's gonna scoop my heat, baby.
If that dirty Goldberg didn't come in, baby, you'd have been mine. And he was like,
he can't go over clean. Pepe don't like it.
Alex would then begin to patch things up with former rival Disco Inferno as they began teaming in 1998 to form
thank
a
God.
moderately
They've always been good
successful tag team called the Dancing Fools. Wow. Because that's what they called them in the back. These dancing fools. I just see Dusty, dancing fools.
Can we do that, Bishop? He's like, whatever, I don't fucking care.
Wait, Disco and who?
Disco and Alex Wright.
Disco and Alex Wright became the dancing
Oh,
fools.
God.
I do remember that, by the way. I remember that. It was not good.
Well, at this point, to be noted too, Alex was heel, so now he did his dance to annoy you, which made sense because it annoyed me when he was supposed to be face in 94, 95.
They said just go with it, right?
Yeah, now
People
he's just
hate
like
you,
just doing the
go
dance,
with it.
and people were booing him and stuff, and then Disco would dance right behind him, like this is kind of funny.
And the Dancing Fools sometimes
been the greatest tag team in the world right there.
Japanese wrestler Tokyo Magnum in the role of a tag-along who regularly attempted to imitate their dancing styles. Now that just sounds fun. All right.
That's cute.
Early version of the Mizdow.
That's right.
He was just trying to copy the dancing.
Yeah. In 1988, he not Mizdow, but Alex Wright was repackaged as the ill-fated Berlin.
Should we do a Trendsetters Dancing Dudes or Dancing Fools? Trendsetters?
I was thinking Trendsetters Berlin. Now that Dave just mentioned it.
In 2000,
like I got a sharp chest pain when Dave said Berlin. Why is that?
That's
bad.
I don't know.
I remember this bad. This was in 1999. This was when WCW it made me feel gross. Like it was just getting bad and like it was just going downhill. And they repackaged Alex Wright as Berlin, and his bodyguard was called The Wall. Do you get it?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
The Wall. What do you mean?
The Wall.
He gets it.
This is my bodyguard. The Wall.
We built him. He's a ball.
Stupid WCW.
I don't get it. Oh god.
The Wall scooped my heat.
He's getting more cheers. Like Alex Wright probably doesn't even talk like that in the back.
The Wall scooped.
Bishop, no.
He's too big and powerful. I go over wall now, huh?
I hate to say these are the funniest shows that nobody will watch. It's like they're not going to see Alex Wright. They're going to go, no. But we're having the most fun.
Scooped my heat.
Why does the Wall get to walk down first? Me? No.
Be careful, or I will break that wall.
I breaks the wall. Goldberg scooped my heat.
Why is he's cutting a promo on the wall in the back? His own bodyguard. Huh? And they're like, no, it makes no sense. Okay. Each his own.
Who's on the wall? Bringing the wall down.
Well, I'll tell you something about Savage. Savage doesn't pull any strings. He's got something to say, he says it. He's just not shooting off his mouth. He's got some big, big plans.
His opponent is from Berlin, Germany, and he is accompanied to the ring by his bodyguard. He is Berlin.
It's going to be a good matchup. Vampiro and the strength and agility that he has, and of course, Berlin has been really laying a path of bodies all the way in this win record that he has since coming in to WCW.
I think we laugh like this every time he came down to the ring too. Where it's like so funny.
No, it was anger.
Yeah, Berlin. It was
Like,
totally opposite. So he was like in a black trench coat with. I'm sure I'll put a picture up here. He was in a black trench coat with Berlin. He like cut his hair in a weird, dyed it black, and then like it was a serious heel gimmick. There was no. Yeah, it was like he was not like a fun, like, with the Alex Wright character. He was a dancing.
He was all serious now.
He was dancing.
Yeah,
fool.
his song
Yeah,
sucked too. I didn't like the song that he came out to.
Yeah,
it wasn't like his.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
So that's a heck of a repackage. They must have thought it was short
oh my
memories,
god,
man.
who did he come out with? That big guy, remember?
That was
the wall.
Oh yeah, you just said it.
Yeah.
7'2" guy. 7'2".
Yeah.
No, it was. I don't think he was that tall. He was like he wore like a white shirt and tie. He was a big guy, but he wasn't like he wasn't 7 feet. I don't think.
Wasn't he in Raven's Flock before this, or was he Oh damn it! See, now I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember honestly. I thought he just like left. He was like Alex Wright, and then he went away for a while, and then they repackaged him in '99. That's what I thought. I don't remember.
No. I'm sorry. The guy that played the wall. Was he in Raven's Flock? I don't remember.
No, he was in something else. Though fuck, you're right, and it's gonna bother me. He was in something else. You're right. He was repackaged from something else. I don't know if it was Raven's Flock, but you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I can't remember what it was from. It might have been the Flock, but I don't remember. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, because I was reading up on this episode, and I remember reading that, and I was like, no one cares about the wall.
That's gonna bug me now.
And now that's all we care about on this episode right now.
That's all we care
I really want to know more about the wall.
What happened to the wall?
Jamie, bring that up. Jamie, bring up a picture of the wall.
Jamie.
Bring it up, Jamie.
Our producer, Jamie.
Yeah. He, not the wall, or Jamie, we're talking about Alex, remained a prominent mid-card performer during his 7-year tenure with WCW, including rings as a one-time Cruiserweight champion, a one-time World Television champion, and a one-time World Tag Team champion with Disco Inferno with the Dancing
Fools are tag team champions? Why are they not in the Hall of Fame? What are we doing here?
I'm sorry. I have to bring it. He was, I was totally wrong about the Flock. He was, in TNA, he was actually Malice, the wall.
Oh, and that was after.
In TNA.
Oh my God, you're right.
And he was in WCW.
I knew it was something.
He
was in something else. Yeah,
he was in Sergeant. He was Sergeant AWOL in WCW. That was his other.
Oh my God,
that was after the wall thing. That was the.
That was
from wall to AWOL.
Stop.
That was the. Yeah, he was part of the Misfits in Action, right?
ECW too.
Was it the Misfits in Action? He was part of the Misfits when he got repackaged.
Billy Kidman and all them, right?
No, that was
Conan, maybe.
We're butchering groups. No, it was Hugh Morris. It was Hugh Morris because he was Huge Erection, and then it was Hugh Morris. It was Lash LaRue, and then Major Guns and The Wall. Yeah, and they were called the Misfits in Action. It was during 2000. It was during the Russo era.
That all sounds really terrible.
It really was.
Now The Wall really is scooping his heat. Because we're
yeah.
Very true.
You fuckers! Like I knew it. I finally get my own episode.
Yeah.
Wright fell out of the spotlight after folding of WCW. Has not appeared on American television since. He stated in an interview that WWE could not sign him as he was one of the few who was still under contract with AOL.
My contract hasn't rolled over, Vincey.
Yeah. We don't
fucking care.
He also stated that he took a break from wrestling. He wasn't happy with the backstage politics in WCW.
No.
Happy at that time. If I was him, I wouldn't be happy either. There's very few that were happy.
I don't like it.
So I get it. But yeah, in the years following, Wright has stayed away from regular active competition, only wrestling on rare occasions for German wrestling promotions like NAWA and GWP. After working as a banker and a fitness instructor, he opened a pro wrestling school called The Right Stuff. I love that.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Yes, you get it.
That's perfect.
No, it's great.
It's with my last name. You
The Right Stuff.
The Right Stuff.
Nuremberg, Germany. German cinema.
In 2009, he started his own wrestling promotion called New European Championship Wrestling.
That's not bad.
NEW. I like that.
No.
I wonder how that's doing. Since 2009. Is it
Excellent.
Still around? I don't know.
Excellent.
Actually, they had Vassal Kingdom.
Actually, I should have got his Instagram handle. He's on Instagram. He's probably on other platforms too, but I just follow him on Instagram, and he posts the progress of it. He still runs the school. He posts the progress of all his wrestling students and everything. So he's still doing
He's still
shit.
going. His promotion's still going.
That's what I mean earlier when we started the episode. I think it's really fucking cool. You know, it's like you don't know, like, his gimmick was never bigger than like a mid-card guy, but like at the same time, like you think about the span, the 7 years that he was in WCW, he was in there with Arn Anderson, Chris Jericho, Ultimo Dragon. He was the goddamn dancing fool. He had a wall, literally a wall. Like for his, so he did a lot of stuff. Like, and he was a part of before the Monday Nitro era, during the Monday Nitro era and then during the collapse. Like, so he kind of stayed in there. It's really, you don't think about the tenure that he had there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and as a young guy, they let him lead off a lot of pay-per-views, a lot of Nitros, and kind of
a lot of shows.
They tried to give him the ball for quite a while, and then just kind of kept him. He always just stayed lower mid or just around. So good for him.
And he actually, I remember seeing it a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. So it was right before WWE changed the logo from the scratchy logo. NXT, he actually coached there for a little bit. Well, I think he was a guest coach, but they actually did an interview with him on WWE.com.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and you know, they're kind of catching up with him. But yeah, he actually came and coached for a little bit. NXT was already the black and gold too already.
Really top-notch facility, you know. I mean, they have a lot of rings there, and you know, they have weightlifting, and they have physiotherapy, and they have rooms where they do the promos and stuff like that. Great trainers over there, so you know, it's a very, very good place, you know, to stay in shape or to learn the business, you know. You know, I have my own NEW hotspot over here in Germany, where my wrestling school is located in, the Right Stuff Pro Wrestling School, and I have 2 rings, you know, and I have a setup like was Center Stage in Atlanta. You know, we produce our shows there with, you know, lightning and all kind of stuff. So I try to do it almost at the same level, you know, but I don't have the money like WWE has. But for Europe, it's very, very good.
So it was probably literally like
really cool.
Maybe 2013, 14.
Oh wow.
So yeah. So you know, put that interview right here in this spot of the episode.
That's pretty cool though. Like, I mean, he's, you know, again, like there's so many people who have like kind of like underwhelming careers. I don't mean that to be bad as far as on screen is concerned, but their whole career,
he was never a world.
How has he not had a successful career? He starts in a wrestling school. He had 7 years for 4 of those years, it was the #1 American watched wrestling program, and he had all the exposure and everything. Like, that's kind of cool. And he's obviously a pretty successful trainer from what it seems like.
Yeah.
It's still running. I mean, if it's still running and he's got good people coming out, we probably should do a little more homework on who's come out of his school. But
that's true.
The Wall Jr.
I'll tell you that if it's running after all this time, it's got to be working. And the fact that promotion is still running too, even post pandemic, that's saying.
Well, it said they haven't done a show since 2019, but they're planning a tour. So I'm sure it's mainly just the schooling now is what it's used for. But you know, it didn't close down. That's pretty much what it's left at. They didn't close it down.
Just postponed for a while.
Yeah,
but a lot of pandemics, a lot of stuff was by the pandemic caused that. So if they're still up and running, they're going to start touring again. That's big.
I hope so. He deserves it. He's one of those guys. Yeah, he did. You know, like I said,
he loves the craft. Obviously, he can't. He's not running away from it. Right. He's not taking his ball and going home. Really, he's bringing new people into the fold, which is pretty cool. Yep. You know,
I always like.
So fuck you.
In-ring talent.
You never heard anything negative about him. No one ever got into a knife fight in a hotel or like Alex was a dick backstage.
Did he even hurt anybody? I don't think he ever hurt anyone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think so.
I said, pay hush money.
You shuts up. Your back hurts. Shut
your
up.
back. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, Randy Orton.
For audio fans, give us a listen on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts.
I potato you
at our wrestling channel on social media. Jess would really love it if we gave him a follow on Instagram or Twitter at O.W.P 2019 or on Facebook at Our Wrestling Podcast.
Follow Alex Wright instead. It's fine.
This is the O.W.P signing off. Have a good one.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Schwiegen kiten.